up, everybody? It's April Dawn, and I did it. I finally made it. I watched all of Game of Thrones, and I have some thoughts. All right, y'all. So basically, I binge watched all of the Game of Thrones from season 2 all the way to the present in like the past 2 weeks. I have been watching nothing but Game of Thrones, y'all. My whole life is Game of Thrones, okay? So I had some thoughts about this as an outside person who has not been watching this for the whole 7 years it's been on TV. Like, I haven't been watching it that time. So my opinions might be sideways. Y'all might chop me up in the comments, but I still got some things I want to say, okay? First, let's talk about Daenerys, because Daenerys is what's popping right now. Let's go ahead and talk about her. So what I don't understand as an outside person is why everybody is so shocked that she decided to go ham, fire everybody ass up. If you think about it, Daenerys has been betrayed several times by her own family at the beginning, and then she finds out that she's supposed to be this. And in a way, she's betrayed by not knowing that she got a damn nephew that's, you know, really the heir to the throne. So her family betrayed her. Her brother sold her to somebody else. And she made something out of nothing. Okay, she came out of that okay. And now she running around trying to conquer the world, which is low-key problematic because she is a whole white woman. But you know, we gonna let that go, okay? We gonna let all of that go for the show. Now she finds out that her lover, the person she in love with, is the real rightful heir to the throne or whatever. And then I just came down there to help you, boy. I came down there to help you fight these dead people. I could have just left y'all up there to die because the sea is in between, okay? She on the island. So she could have just let them die, okay? And not even worried about it and just dealt with the problem when it got close to her. But she didn't. She went out there and helped them. She lost 2 of her dragons. She lost Jorah. She lost Missandei. I mean, she lost pretty much her whole team of people she lost. And even the people that she trusts, she can't trust. Because Tyrion is really looking out for his family, like low-key, which I can't blame him. But, you know, he looking out for his family. Varys is looking out who is best for the people, okay? So if you good for the people, not as good. But if you start acting crazy, then that's crazy. And Varys had already said, you know, when the Targaryens are born, God's flip a coin, you know, they might be righteous, they might be jacked up. Who knows what's gonna happen to her baby? So I'm gonna stay on alert. You have all those betrayals that just happened. Then she's partly fueled by jealousy. I can admit that. I like Dany, but I mean, I can tell that she was jealous of Jon, that the people was praising him after the battle. They was gassing him. He has a lot of support, even though he don't want to hold the throne or whatever. Fueled by jealousy, her feelings of not inclusion. Like she said, I have no love in this area. All I have is fear. You know, they love you. The people love Jon. For those reasons, when Missandei got killed, that was an act of cruelty by Cersei. That was not an act of war. That was just to say, bitch, fuck you. That's what that was, girl. I'm not surrendering shit. I'm gonna kill your bestie. And I was watching Color Me Pink, and she said Dany don't have nobody to braid her hair no more. So that bitch is mad, okay? She's pissed. She like, I'm finna kill everybody. I knew that she was gonna kill everybody. When she walked off, I thought that maybe they would try strategic, you know, maybe they would try a strategic way to make it all happen. But apparently, nah, sis was like, let's fuck them up. Let's go ahead and just light their ass up, okay? Let's kill everybody. When they went back and everybody's urging her to be diplomatic. But this is what I don't understand, okay? Well, let me finish and then I'm gonna come back to that point. So she was like, hell no, I'm tired. Okay, I'm about to blow your bitch ass up. And you can tell she was just gonna blow up the army. You know, like at the beginning when she started firing people up, she was just firing up the troops. You know, burn down a few buildings. I ain't killing no innocent people yet. You know, and they put their weapons down and they rang the bells. She could have stopped right there. She could have went in. She could have had a treaty, a truce, or whatever. They could have came up with something. But all of y'all know damn well as I do, that if once Cersei get her up in that house, she was either gonna slit her damn throat as soon as possible, okay? Or she was gonna make some plan with her which she did not plan on keeping, some kind of lying scheme and plot and killing her anyway. And would the show be good if she just said, okay, y'all surrendered, I'm gonna go in there and talk to you? That would be a boring ass show. We've been building up, or y'all been building up for 7 years, you know, trying to see what's gonna happen. They've been posturing themselves for all these years to have this giant battle, and y'all think the shit wasn't gonna happen? Y'all thought she was gonna go in there and skip and say, you know what, let's share. You thought that she was gonna go in there and talk to them? See, this is what I don't understand about Cersei. You know good and well it's historical precedent on the Targaryens being crazy as fuck. So why would you keep playing chicken with somebody when you know she got that crazy gene right there? Cause every time something happens, you can tell Daenerys is like, okay, you ain't, okay, y'all gonna act, oh, this is what y'all gonna do? Okay, put that, okay. When she tried to go get some D from John, and John told her, no, you is my auntie, and I don't be doing all of that. You my queen, though, you my queen. She was like, oh, okay. This you gonna do? I'm about to light these motherfuckers up. And so when she got up there and they started ringing them bells, honey, I was like, the bitch, she tired. Okay, when she looked down at that castle her family had built all those centuries ago, she looked down. Baby, I was like, she about to fire they ass up. And I knew when they pulled out that, you know, that big arrow shit they got, the sparrow or whatever they called it. When they pulled it out, I was like, that thing ain't gonna do shit. Because that thing finna fire. She finna light all of their ass up. She finna light them all up. And when she did, she started lighting them kids up, them old people. She don't give a damn. It's Cersei's fault because Cersei used those people as a pawn. She even said that on the last episode, she's going to have to kill a whole bunch of people before she gets to me. So she tried to make sure that if I die, that they're going to hate her. Or if I win, you know, I win. I still be the queen. So either way, it's a win-win for me because I'm not going to go out like no villain. But it really is her fault because she wouldn't let the people out of the city. They closed the gates. Y'all remember that? They closed the gates. They would not let the people out of the city. They did not try to evacuate. You know, people kept coming to her saying, we can do this, we can do that. Nah, I don't want to do nothing. I just want to wait. And I just want to, you know, have her kill all these people. So she used all the people as a pawn trying to play this game. So it's really her fault at the end of the day. But we all know the history books and the songs that they be writing and singing on this whole show is going to make it Daenerys' fault because she did go in there and kill a whole bunch of people. Now, as for the innocent people killed, do I feel like she was wrong? Yeah, I feel like she was wrong. She shouldn't have killed up a whole bunch of people. But at the same time, I understand the reasons why, okay? And I understand when you rolling with the wrong set, you might get fucked up. It's just that simple. And to be honest with you, on this show, a million times, more than 3 or 4 times, it has been said that King's Landing is a trash-ass city with trash-ass people who will skin you alive if they can make $1 off of you. And the kids be running, telling every goddamn thing, them little birds and shit, always running, telling every damn thing. The old people is trash, okay? The young people is everybody is trash in King's Landing. So did I really care about a whole bunch of random ass people that I didn't know? No. Other than the fact that Dany said she wouldn't do that and she came to change the Targaryen name and ended up going crazy anyway. But I don't care for them like as individuals because we never met them. We don't know who they are. I mean, did nobody give a damn when Cersei blew up the whole damn septum? And it was thousands of people in the septum too. It wasn't this much outrage. And that was her own people who live in her own city and she is the queen. And she blew their ass up. She was the queen mother. And she blew their ass up. Didn't nobody care then about the innocent people and their own queen blowing them up? But you keep fucking with this girl, and this girl said, you know what, bitch, I'm tired. I'm finna light your ass up. So at that point, I was like, girl, light the ass up, girl. I don't see why y'all surprised. I just don't. I mean, I know she proclaimed all that she's the breaker of chains to X, Y, and Z. But, you know, this is war. Y'all think war is peaceful? Like, I don't understand. You think people not gonna die? Innocent people die in war all the time. America sends stuff over to them other countries and be shooting them people and killing them people all the time. It's not right. It's not good. It's not the way you should do it. And like they said, if you want it, it's going to be more of the same instead of something different. But y'all kept fucking with her. And she was like, you know what? I'm cool. I just use all my dragons, all half my men fighting for your ass. And when it's time to reciprocate, child, y'all ain't there. So I understand how she got to this point. Everybody says, yes, it was a little rushed. Yes, they could have done a little bit more. But this is the Game of Thrones. There's 50,000 characters. It's a lot of shit going on. Okay, and the book's not even done. It's because I tried to cheat and see what happened at the end of the books, but the book's not even done yet. So it could have been done better, but I understand how she got to the point of where she got, because it's been hinted at several times about the Targaryen madness. They always speak about how she looked when they killed her brother, even though her brother slowed her into like sex slavery. But anyway, when whatever his name was, child, when he poured the gold on her brother's head, how she didn't like hardly react and how she burned up those other men. So she have an impulsive spirit. They've said it several times, girl, you are impulsive, you make impulsive decisions, X, Y, and Z. So it was kind of leading up to, bitch, you gonna go crazy and y'all keep playing with me, I'm gonna go crazy on you. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm not surprised, nor am I shocked. It's kind of crazy to me they would wait this late for that to happen, because now it's like everybody's against her when everybody was on her team. Okay, so that's my Daenerys, my Daenerys, Khaleesi, whatever you want to call her. thing. I understand. She came full circle, just like her dad. Now she's a villain. Now she was burning motherfuckers up. You remember he said, burn them all, bitch, burn them all. Now that's happening. Okay, so she has become the villain. She went from our hero to our villain. Forgot about Varys. Varys betrayed her too, child. Everybody betrayed her, child. Everybody. I wonder if Varys got them notes off, though, before he got killed. So I wonder how that's going to work. All right, so let's talk about Jaime Lannister. So Jaime Lannister is one of the most loved characters of the show. I did not like him. No, everybody hated him season 1 when he pushed Brienne out the window. But he redeemed himself over the story, over the seasons. He had a good redemption story. But what I didn't like about what they did was, I did and I didn't like it, was that he ended up going back to Cersei at the end. Now, he could have been happy with Brienne of Tarth. He could have got with her. They could have had some big-ass blonde hair babies and been happy. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all think about it, Jaime has only been with Cersei. He's never been with another woman. They're twins, okay? That's gross. So he's sleeping with his twin sister, the only person he's ever been with. She got him. She got him like this. You understand? And I think when at the end when he left Brienne, it might have been him saying to her, you deserve better than me. I ain't shit. I'm a fuck nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I do love you, but but I really love Cersei. That's the person I really want to be with. And if you watch the little clip, you know, they have at the end, inside the series, after the series, the one of the showrunners said something about they came into the world together, so he felt like they should go out together. You know what I'm saying? So that made sense poetically. I really wanted something better for his character. Like, I wanted him to live. You know, I wanted him to find peace and happiness. It just seemed like he was always wrestling with being an ain't shit nigga and then being like, you know, a noble person, because he had morality. It was certain things he was just not gonna do. He killed the Mad King because the Mad King wanted to burn everybody up. Everybody thought he was gonna kill Cersei, but he ended up comforting her. He was trying to save her, and then he comforted her right on into death, okay? Which brings us right on to Cersei. Now, this one thing I was pissed about, and if I had been watching this show for 7 years, I'd have been pissed as hell that they gave this bitch a sweet ass, nice, you know, just crumbling into ashes ass death, bitch, with the one you love. You know what? She should have been flayed and sprayed. You hear me?
Flayed and sprayed.
Because that bitch done killed up some people. She done did some dirt. She done blew up Marjorie and them. Marjorie ain't want nothing but to be the queen and have some money. That's all she wanted, okay? She ain't want nothing else. She ain't had no scheme and plots. She just wanted to have some money and be the queen and secure her position in her house, okay? But you killed her. And you killed your own son and wasn't even paying attention to your son. So Cersei's biggest redeeming quality is the fact that she loved her kids. She loved all her kids too much, okay? She loved her kids. Too much to the point where her worst quality is the fact that she's so single-minded that she does not think about anything else. Like, the whole time that Tommen was going through, he was going through when Marjorie was in jail, and she didn't even, like, she could see it, but she didn't really care. It was like she couldn't see that he was very depressed. Y'all seen him sitting down there staring out the window 3 or 4 times before he jumped out that motherfucker. He was staring out there in the window several times in several different scenes. Then you know that he's depressed. He's sad. He's upset. Like, he really loved that girl. He went to the septum, or the High Sparrow, and, you know, he tried to work with him because he wanted to get her out. Okay, he wanted to work with her to get her out of jail, but see, the mistake he made was telling his mama. So, that was his bad. But Tommen was sweet. I feel bad for him. Like, I felt so bad when he jumped out that window. I was like, damn, that's fucked up. Your mama don't even care. And like I said, she's so singular-minded about having the power that she's not even thinking about her own kids. You didn't even think about your child. The people you say you love so much, you didn't think about how that was going to affect your child. So she killed her own son. Notice that she don't even talk about him. Okay, and she loved Joffrey the most, and look how he turned out. Joffrey was fucked up. He ain't even nobody to talk about, girl. Child, he was just raggedy. He was raggedy as hell. He was aggravating. He was annoying. He was ugly, and he looked like he smelled like mayonnaise and Cheetos. Okay, and I was glad when he died, and I was happy they surprised us with it, because I thought I was gonna have to see this motherfucker for like 3 more seasons, and I was like, I can't do it. Or at least, you know, a few more episodes before they killed him. I was glad they surprised us with that death. Okay, I was over his ass. See, I feel like she's a horrible person. She should die. She's terrible. We got that. She's the villain. But I do feel like she's a product of the fucked up situation for women during medieval times. She was a highborn woman, but you saw they used her like she was a cow or a dowry. Like you just giving, oh, I'm gonna give you my daughter. I'm gonna give you my daughter. I'm gonna make you marry this person. I'm gonna make you marry that person. She probably was forced to do shit she didn't want to do her whole life, and who knows what they was doing to her on a sneak. Okay, so she's just a person that's just so far gone that you just can't. It's no redeeming that person. And like she said, the only person that she loved was her kids. So to me, she was just somebody that was just so far gone. It just wasn't nothing y'all could do. So I felt pity for her because it's probably a situation that she didn't have no control over as a young woman, and it helped shape her. You know, it helped to shape her into this horrible human being that she turned out to be or whatever. So I don't feel bad for her, but I have pity for her situation, her probable situation as she was growing up. And back to Dany, I do feel like Dany has, the more victory she won, the more entitlement she feels. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Now, y'all could correct me and get me together, but I've been trying to figure out what made the Targaryens so much special, so much more special than anybody else. Okay, did they like start the 7 kingdoms? Because everybody keeps saying birthright, birthright, birthright. But I thought the Game of Thrones was whoever takes the throne is the king. And they accepted the Mad King as the king. They accepted Robert Baratheon or the whoever challenged him or whatever, the Targaryen, as the king. They accepted him as the king. Baratheon as the king, yeah. So if they accept you as the king, you the king, right? I mean, you the king. And then whoever take over after you or have your kids is the king. So I don't understand what make them so much more special than any other house that's gonna take the throne. You know what I mean? But I guess so. But I think that since she had been told that, or since she had been told they was gonna take over, you know, back over the 7 kingdoms or whatever, ever since she was a child, and then she was sold off somewhere else, she's struggling to like you know, figure out how to rule over a place she ain't never been to. She's seen as an outsider. She feels like an outsider. And so, you know, I think that has a lot to do with her emotions and how she's emotion and she's reactionary. She's not one of my favorite characters on the show, but I understand her motivations as far as they do. I do feel like they could have did more, but I understand her motivations for doing the things that she's done. Now let's talk about the Hound. Let's talk about those small characters. The Hound, Sansa, Arya, Tormund, which was my favorite character. I don't really have a whole lot to say other than I just loved him so much. Okay, but the Hound was one of my favorite characters only because he was 100%. He was a real nigga to the end. Okay, like if he didn't want to hear your shit, but I don't want to hear all of that. When he turned to the Lord, he had turned to the Lord for a second, but then all the church people got killed, and he was like, fuck it, I guess this is my destiny. I guess I'm just gonna have to kill my brother. This just is what it is. And so I thought that he grew a lot over these 8 seasons. I feel like he was a horrible person at the beginning. He was very singular-minded, only thought about himself. But when he hooked up with Arya and, you know, decided to take her along their journey, he cared about her. He would never say that out loud, but of course he cared about her because he could have just knocked her over the head once he realized that she was really a liability and not, you know, not something that was gonna get him money or whatever. He still protected her, and he tried to do right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he tried to do right his whole life. After he left King's Landing, he tried to do right. But, you know, he was destined to die, and he went out like a G. I thought he went out like a G. I thought it was very poetic that you could see, like I said, you watched a little clip, and they said that he hated his brother more than he hated fire, more than he was scared of the fire, and he chose to plunge into the fire with his brother and died because he could not kill him. Now, one thing I wish they would have done with the Mountain is let us know prior to that he was like immortal now. You can stab him and you can do all these things to him and he won't die. I mean, I know that he was basically dead after he got in that fight with old boy and killed him. He was on homeboy table and popped up, you know what I'm saying? He got him working back like little Frankenstein or whatever, but I didn't know he could die. He couldn't die. So we didn't know that. So I was just like, what the fuck is that? He can't kill us. He just stabbed us 17 times. That's neither here nor there. He gone now, both of them gone, and I thought that was a good ending for him. It was dramatic. It was everything. The cinematography was great, watching them fall into the fire. I thought that was awesome. Bronn. I'm here for Bronn. I feel like Bronn is going to be that last character at the end of the episode, the last episode to be like, hey, the war over, nigga, to get my money. But Jaime already gone, so he going to have to get his money from Tyrion. I like that he's pretty much don't give a f about nobody, but he do still have a little bit of morality. He do still have a little bit of something. You know, like, I'm not just finna go kill nobody for no reason. Like, I'm not about to do all of that, but I will collect my coins and I will kill you if you don't give my coins after this war is over with. So I like Bron's character just because he's comic relief. He give us a little break. You know what I'm saying? He lasted. He made it through, child. He was out there. Was he out there? He was out there in the Battle of the Bastards, wasn't he? Not the Bastards. He was out there in the battle of the when the wildlings attacked the wall. He was out there then. It's like, you better do it, Bron. I like Bron. Arya's character. So this is the one everybody loved Arya character so much. I think in the books, y'all, if I'm not mistaken, it's Arya and Jon who have Arya, Jon, and Tyrion, y'all, are in a love triangle in the books. I read this. That's crazy. Arya is that, you know, wild and free young girl, and she's ran away from home, and now she's back. I felt like it was kind of weird those seasons where, I didn't feel like it was weird. I just felt like she went from being so bubbly and so talkative to being so quiet. Part of that is because of the Hound. Part of that is because of the Faceless Men. Part of that is just because she's lost her whole family. Well, not her whole family. She's lost a lot of her family. And she saw her daddy die. I mean, I'm just saying. So, get his head chopped off. So, that's a lot for somebody, and it changes a person. I like how she came back and handled business and killed the phrase. I really like that. That was a really good part. She really learned how to be an assassin. I didn't like that little thing where they tried to turn her against Sansa, or I don't know if that was Baelish. Yeah, Baelish was trying to turn her. I be calling him Sweet Tooth, y'all. I don't know why. Because I couldn't think of Littlefinger one day, and I was just like, Littlefinger, what his name is? Sweet Tooth? Little Bigfoot? Sweet Toe. I was like, what's his name? I just calling him Sweet Tooth. I was like, he a pimp though, ain't he a pimp? So a pimp named Sweet Tooth. I've been calling him Sweet Tooth forever, okay? So Sweet Tooth, I was so glad when they killed his ass, child. Cause I was like, you ain't gonna never sit on the, first of all, you ain't never sitting on the Iron Throne. I don't know what vision you saw, bitch, okay? That wasn't never gonna happen, sir. You're tripping. So all this scheming and plotting he was doing, child, it was too much for me. And the way he did Sansa, even though I do not care for Sansa at all, he did Sansa like that. I was ready to see his ass go. Okay? So when Arya sliced that neck, baby, I hollered, I whistled, I screamed. I was like, yes, do it. One of my other side characters is, and Arya not no side character, she's the main character, but y'all know, flow with me. Okay, so the other character is Mesothelioma. Okay, so Mesothelioma got on my goddamn nerves. Okay, the first 2-3 seasons. I mean, I guess she didn't come in until like the second or third season when she was with Stannis. Because, bitch, I'm not about to be burning up every damn body and getting blood out of people from the Lord. The Lord don't want you to burn up your little girl. Fuck out of here, girl. What is wrong with you? So mesothelioma, because they was teasing that little girl death for like half a season. It seemed like the mama was the one who wanted her dead, but come to find out that her damn daddy ended up killing her. And I was arguing with people about Stannis Baratheon being the one true king, okay, that he had a legit claim to the throne, and he needs to stop fucking with that black magic or that magic, because that's gonna mess him up, him and mesothelioma, okay, out there messing with that magic, child. When mesothelioma took off that necklace and shriveled up like a raisin in the sun, bitch. It slid in that bed house. It slid in that bed. I said, hey, babe, let me find out you was an old shriveled up ass bitch, okay? And after that battle was over, when she was like, don't even fuck with me, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be dead before the morning comes, okay? Don't even worry about it. And she went out there and took that necklace off, bitch, and just laid down and died, bitch. Just mesothelioma, girl. And she came through though a few times, so her character evolved too, because she knew she was wrong for burning that little girl up, okay? And she, you know, and when they put her ass out, she was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Because I was wrong for that shit. I shouldn't have never did that. I shouldn't have burnt that girl up. I don't know, I was reading the fire wrong, bitch. Fire signals was wrong on that one. She did come back and be the MVP. I mean, she brought Jon back from the dead. Bitch brought him back from the dead. And she lit the fire on the swords, and she lit the fire all around the, you know, stall the war of the dead, the people of the dead or whatever. And so she did a few things before she laid down and died, baby. She said she motherfucking tired, bitch. She took that name. Woo! Dead. to the ground, honey. Okay. Renly Baratheon, I feel like he have a claim to the throne too. Low-key. Okay. Low-key, I feel like he got him a claim to the throne, baby. So we got Renly Baratheon. We got Tormund, girl, boy. Tormund, baby. He was one of my favorite characters, hands down. He was fucking hilarious all the time. He rode for his people 100%, but he know when to put his pride aside and be the man and stop tripping and, you know, make these alliances and do what the hell you need to do, okay? Tormund was my nigga, okay? I fucked with Tormund the long way. Okay, he almost died like 10 times. I was like, he ain't gonna make it, he ain't gonna make it. Every battle they be having, I'd be like, he gonna die because I really like him. He gonna die, it's gonna be fucked up. I don't want him to die. And he never died. I was here for the shit. He never died. Even when the White Walkers came and, you know, the army of the dead came for the wall, child, he just climbed down and came on back. You better! Most importantly, I loved his love for Brienne of Tarth, okay? He saw that big bitch and was like, you know what? I'm fucking with her. I see her. I like her. He was like, what's up, girl? What's up? I see you. You see me? What's poppin'? You know what I'm saying? What's good? Holla at a nigga. I freaking love Tormund. And had Brienne of Tarth got with him instead of getting with Jaime fucking ass, he would have took her virginity and left, okay? But speaking of her, let's go ahead and talk about, one side note. The Giant's Milk story was fucking hilarious, okay? I was looking like everybody else at the table when he was telling that story, and when he was done, I cracked up laughing. I had to pause. It was so funny. While we on it, let's talk about Brienne of Tarth. So Brienne of Tarth is also one of my most favorite beloved characters. I feel like she is the knightliest damn knight, okay? More knightly than any of the rest of these hoes ever on the history of the Game of Thrones. She out here keeping oaths. You know, fucking paying niggas back for killing her homie, okay? Telling her life story about how the boys ain't like her. And she's low-key beautiful as hell. Okay, I don't know, y'all don't follow me, but I put on my Facebook, maybe I'll put it on my Instagram, the pictures of her, like from her husband is like a fashion designer in real life, this lady. And when I tell you this a bad bitch, I mean that. This baby, she slayed us. She slayed me down, okay? Slayed me down. Looks nothing like she looks on TV, but you can look at the woman and tell that she's a model in real life. I mean, clearly, she's 6 feet tall. The bitch got legs on legs on legs. And when she stood up in that damn bathtub with Jaime, I said, bitch, you all right, you fine. You low-key white girl volleyball fine. You fine. Get it, mama. Serve us. Jaime was like, all right. Okay, you got all the parts. She was honorable, a very honorable woman, and I think that one of the reasons she didn't like Tormund, well, we could all see, because he was just like a damn wolf, okay? But I think one of the reasons that she could never like even have the notion of it is because number one, he dirty as fuck, and then number two, she's a lady. She's highborn. So if you think about it, her life was more like Jaime life than it was like this fool running around in the woods. But all she had to do was get that man some clippers. All he needed was an edge up. You know, he needed to trim that beard, stop drinking that nasty ass Giant's Milk, get himself together. But he a wildling. Will he ever be able to do that, child? I don't know, child. I just like Tormund. I just thought he was everything. Okay, period. And they should have got together and had some cute little redhead strawberry blonde babies, big ass kids. Brienne of Tarth, one of my most favorite characters in the show. I'm so glad she made it through the battle. I was so glad they didn't take her ass, okay, to King's Landing, because I knew if she went to King's Landing, the bitch wasn't coming out. So I'm glad she stayed her ass wherever she was at. Brienne of Tarth, you smart. Do that shit, okay? I love her. Okay, so we got Brienne of Tarth. Now we got Tyrion. Tyrion is also one of my favorite, if not the favorite character of mine on the whole show. One thing I don't like about this in season 8 is that in 7, he was so smart and clever when he was in King's Landing. And now every plan he have in this place, in Marine and in the other place, it don't work out. It's not working out. He always getting, you know, caught, found out, and told. And half of me think that it's because I thought he was going to betray them. I mean, him and Varys did talk about it, but I guess he decided against it. But I thought he was betraying them, okay? I was like, you know, I love Tyrion, but Tyrion got a bleeding heart. Because at one time I was like, wouldn't it be nice if Tyrion sat on the Iron Throne? Like, because his whole family is dead. Everybody in his entire family is dead except for him. So he would be the heir. Technically, I guess, if the queen is not there, he would be the heir, right? That's her brother. She don't have no more sons. her brother is the other brother dead, the daddy dead, everybody dead, ain't got no more brothers. So he would be the one to sit on the throne, technically. But I see that Daenerys is about to try to take it, or Jon gonna take it, or whatever. So, but I love Tyrion. He's funny, he's resilient, he's smart, he's so caring. He have a caring heart. He's a good person. He's a good person. He just come from a real fucked up family. But I really think, okay, once again, he one of my favorite characters. Before I say this, if he wasn't a dwarf and he was raised like Jaime, or he's just a regular sized person, I think he would be just as evil as the rest of them. Just gonna be honest with you. The only reason he have empathy for other people and care about other people, and he's not a horrible fucked up person, is because people have treated him so bad his whole life. His parents didn't even want him here. His sister talking about, you killed my mom and all that shit. And so I think that because of that experience, he doesn't treat people like shit. But if he didn't have that experience, he would be just as horrible as the rest of their ass. Okay, but I love Tyrion, and I really hope he make it through this last episode, because he looking like, bitch, you done did the most now, girl. Like, you done killed everybody, bitch. So I don't know how that's gonna work out. And she killed his whole family. So, you know, well, she didn't kill his whole family. She killed his brothers and sisters. So, we'll see how that works out. Tyrion, excellent character. I really, really love him. The only thing I think they failed him this last season because nothing he said was working with Dany, okay? She wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. Varys, I really liked Varys too, because I really liked his able to, you know, he's the person who is down for the who give a fuck about us. Okay, like Daenerys is power hungry. We can see that from jump. Jon is la la land. He run around fighting everybody, talking about he don't want to fight nobody, child. Jon get on my nerves sometimes. Daenerys is power hungry. She's helping people, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. She's helping people for her benefit. Okay, she told the Unsullied, you can leave if you want to. You know damn well that they couldn't leave. She got rid of their master so she could be their master. Okay, now they volunteered to go with her, but she was going to fire their ass up if they didn't volunteer. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's how she made the town, the whole city come bow to her, is because she fired some people up. So I think that her ability to be able to do that, and plus all the circumstances that happened to her, led up to where we at now in season 8. Okay, she grew more entitled, grew more powerful, grew pissed, got madder and madder and madder and madder. And like I said, Melisandre and Grey Worm, I like those characters, even though they didn't really, I mean, we know a little bit about them, where they from. We know they were slaves. We know they was in love with each other. We know the Unsullied don't have no wee-wee, so all they did was doing was rubbing up against each other, eating booty. They was out here living their best life, and, you know, they was going to be together. And as soon as they said they was going to be together and they was going to go off and do X, Y, and Z, I was like, bitch, both of y'all finna die. Somebody gonna die. And it ended up being her. I thought that death was unnecessary. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But if they had to take us to the place we are now, then it was fine. It was necessary, because we wasn't gonna get there with peace. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Definitely feel like Grey Worm is gonna die in this last episode, only because he's so driven. Like, he's like Daenerys now. He like, fuck it, I'm killing everybody, bitch. Everybody. Okay? Jon Snow. Now, I'm guessing that we're supposed to swoon over Jon Snow. Now, don't get me wrong. Jon Snow is one of the most heroic characters I have ever seen on the screen. He is heroic because he is reluctant. Like, he don't want to fight. Okay, did y'all see when they was in King's Landing, he tried to stop them. He was like, no, don't fight them. They had put their swords down, but Grey Worm, one of them turned around and looked crazy or said something. I can't remember, he did something, and so, or pulled his sword or something, and Grey Worm hit him in the back, and then they just started fighting. Jon was like, no, he tried to stop the fight. He's a reluctant fighter. And if you ever notice, at the beginning of every single battle scene that he is in, the music stops, he looks around, he sees all the people fighting. You know, at the Battle of the Bastards, they were coming towards him, and he pulled out the sword like, fuck. He be standing up there like, I don't want to do this shit no more. I'm tired, okay? And he started fighting. And now we can see at the Battle of the Bastards, that's the one he got stomped on. And, he woke back up, and Sansa came and all of that stuff, or after the Battle of the Bastards, when Sansa came and that was there, he was saying he was tired. He didn't want to do the shit no more. I don't want to fight. You can tell Jon just want to take his ass somewhere to the island, to Pero, whatever they always telling people to go, child. And you can just get away. And, you know, that's what he want to do. He don't want to be out here fighting with you niggas. He don't want the throne. Jon is a little slow on the uptake, because to me, As soon as you was able to get on the dragon and fly on the dragon, you should have known something was up. You was a Targaryen. Apparently the Targaryens are the only people who can do this. So as soon as you was able to get on the thing, that should have been the #1 clue that maybe you a Targaryen. Maybe it's something that you don't know. Okay? And Dany too. I was like, that was a plot hole. That was kind of like a duh moment. The reason why Jon get on my nerves, and somebody pointed this out to me today, because it was passive aggressive as fuck for him to go. Now, Dany was wrong for going up in there asking him to deny who he is. Now, I'm gonna say that first. You can't be with nobody. What kind of love is that, girl? Where somebody got to deny who they are so that you can have your claim so you can have the throne. But I am gonna say this. It's passive aggressive as hell to keep saying, well, I'm going to tell my sister, I don't want the throne. You can have the throne, but I'm going to tell my sister, and, it's just going to stay between us. As if your sister likes her. As if your sister thinks she should be the queen. Of course, when she find out this information, she going to run with it. You know that everybody wants you to be the king. So why would you do that? That's passive aggressive as hell. If you was going to tell somebody, why you told her? So, but when she said it, I was like, he not going to do it, girl, because he don't be lying. Jon don't be lying to people. He going to tell the truth. And Jon is just he's a little slow sometimes. He get on my nerves, child. He be getting on my nerves. All that back and forth shit. Be the king, nigga. If you going to be the king, be the king. Okay, so when they got into King's Landing, once they started fighting and once Daenerys lost her morality and started slaying bitches and just killing everybody, the Unsullied took that as their cue to start raping hoes and doing all type of stuff. And Jon was looking like, no, hell no, this is what we not gonna do. Okay, now I got to kill you, Daenerys, because you got people out here doing the shit I was trying to prevent. Or maybe he was thinking it don't matter who is the ruler. It don't matter who is the king or the queen, that everybody is not going to abide by a code of morality. Or maybe they need a leader that has morality. So he's been saying he don't want it for all these seasons. But I think on this last episode that he's going to change his mind and say he do want it. Because he wants to lead, this just peaceful world. Which I don't think exists in the Game of Thrones, y'all. It don't. It wouldn't be called a Game of Thrones if niggas wasn't trying to get the throne. Okay, so even if he get the throne at the end, which I think is corny as fuck. But if he gets the throne at the end, somebody always gonna be coming for your spot. So I don't understand. I mean, just because he's very respected don't mean he have enemies. And I do feel like, and Daenerys, you thinking you gonna come in and kill everybody and save the next generation. When they showed that little girl looking up at her mama getting killed, I was like, girl, you making a whole new generation of enemies. I like Jon Snow, but Jon Snow is wishy-washy as hell. He get on my nerves. He don't never want to do shit they asking him to do. Well, why the fuck you keep on doing it? Why don't you get your ass on the boat and go south, okay? If you don't want to do it so damn bad, and let Daenerys have the crown. But he ain't gonna do that. They're gonna be fighting each other next week. I can guarantee you that. Jon Snow, he's an honorable character, but my nigga was Robb Stark. I don't care what nobody say. Robb was that nigga. He was fine. He was cute. He was out here slaying bitches. He was doing it, and he would have kept on doing it had they not been shiesty and had, and killed him at the Red Wedding, bitch, okay? He would have kept on and he would have been the king of the 7 kingdoms, and I think that he was probably the one who deserved it. No tea, no shade. Jon's character, I think that he's the predictable, easy, boring person to be on the Iron Throne at the end of this series. That, technically for them to kill Daenerys and then, put him on the Iron Throne. I think that's the stupidest, simplest, most boring ass ending ever. But I don't know, Game of Thrones loves to surprise people, so who knows. Another side character was Brienne. Brienne was, he was instrumental, kind of, but he ain't never do shit, which got on my nerves. I know he crippled and shit, but Jaime only had one arm and he was out there fighting. I'm just saying, there people out there fighting with no dick. So you couldn't stab a motherfucker or nothing. Like, you couldn't, like, he be asleep the whole time. Like, I'm saying sleep, but he in a trance. While people fighting for his ass. I was tired of him, okay? I was like, Brienne, wake your ass up! Don't do that, be sleeping all the damn time. And my thing is, why you didn't use your power to figure out what Cersei Lannister was doing? If you could see through animals and see through people and jumping people, why the fuck you ain't see what they was doing? What was he flying in the Raven Eye for? I don't even know why he was in the Raven Eye during the Battle of the Night King. Like, I don't even know why. What was he doing, child? Somebody explain it to me, okay? I know Bran is the 3-eyed Raven. He ain't even Bran no more. He the 3-eyed Raven. He see everything. And, the Night King want to erase him because he want to erase this world and for it to be a long night. That was a flimsy reason, I think, for them to have the Night King coming after Bran. We didn't know. it would have been nice if we had known the Night King wanted Bran this whole time. All he did was reach out and touch him, and he said, you have your mark, and he know where you are all the time. He didn't say, he wants you, he's coming for you, he wants to kill you. Like, he didn't say none of that. We didn't know none of that. That was weird. And I mean, from the way Bran was talking, it was kind of like, I'm gonna wait for him out here. So it was like, you already knew what was gonna happen. You're gonna wait for him out there. You either gonna sacrifice yourself or somebody gonna swoop in at the last second and kill his ass, but it's a trap. You're gonna set him up to come out there and come and get you, because that's the only way he was gonna reveal himself. So that makes sense. But he could have stayed or gone. It really didn't make no difference to me. Some people are saying that he might end up sitting on the Iron Throne, which he a 3-eyed raven, so he not gonna sit on the Iron Throne. Now let's see, who else, y'all? I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Arya, I got Brienne of Tarth, I got Jon, I got Cersei and Jaime. Yeah, I pretty much got everybody. Lord Baelish, all their ass. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is how I feel. I feel like no matter who sits on the throne, it's always going to be a push and pull. It's always going to be, should I kill this person? Because remember, Ned told Jon, if you make the order, you should be able to do it. Like, if you say you're going to kill somebody, you should be able to kill them. You should be able to do it. Now you delegate to somebody else to do it. So I feel like, to a certain extent, when you live in a monarchy, or especially in them type of times, that sometimes you got to kill motherfuckers. Like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? It's a harsh type of living, and that is what it is. So I feel like he's never going to be able to get away from killing people. He just ain't. You know what I mean? Because people are dirty and shady. If you put them in jail, they get out and do more dirty and shady shit. So it's going to be a very hard task to change. So my question going into the last season is, are they going to end it in a way where it's clever, you know, and it's like, shit ain't never really going to change, bitch. Just the Game of Thrones. And it go off, you know what I'm saying? Or is it going to have like a happy ending and things are going to get resolved and peace is going to happen and Jon is going to sit on the throne and he's going to rule and him and Daenerys are going to fall in love. He's not going to kill her. You know what I'm saying? Is it going to be that type of ending, or is it going to be this the Game of Thrones that even Jon can get it, bitch? I'm going to stab him in his neck on the way out. Okay? Something like that, you know? Yeah, so, yeah, and like I said, that Gimli Baratheon thing kind of hanging out on the edge is something that they just ain't really tying up. Like, this nigga bastard son, y'all had him and sent him off for 3 seasons, and he back, and now you're not even doing nothing with that, so he just ain't gonna make his claim to the throne, or he just happy being the Lord of whatever, the Lord of well. I want to talk about who do I think should sit on the Iron Throne. Now, let me tell you. I don't think nobody should sit on the Iron Throne that's trying to get to the Iron Throne. Okay, Jon... He ain't even trying to get there, but you know, Jon, Daenerys, none of their ass, okay? Because neither one of them have shown that they are very good tactically, or, you know, they can lead a great army, okay? Because Jon stay getting stomped on and beat the fuck up, okay? So, and Daenerys don't even fight, number 1. Number 2, she rely on them dragons too much. And number 3, she impulsive. She crazy. And not to mention, she burns shit up, okay? But I think that, Tyrion actually will sit on the Iron Throne. I think that he will be a good king. I low-key think Arya will be a good queen. No tea, no shade. I think Arya will be a good queen. Can fight. When she was out there running and seeing all them people and shit, Arya was feeling for them people. Like, you could see she was like, oh, bitch, like, this ain't what it wanted. Okay, like, this ain't what we want. We don't want this. You know, look at all these innocent people. And trying to, like, help and have a bit of humanity, like she wasn't an emotionless damn robot, okay? So, I think that she's not without flaw. But I think that Arya learns from her mistakes. Arya thinks things through. Arya does something stupid, or she get beat up, and the next time she don't get beat up no more. You know what I mean? So, I think that makes for a good queen. So Tyrion, Arya, who else could I see sitting on the throne? I could see Grimly. I could see Grimly sitting on there. He seems like a nice guy. Just because he seemed like a nice guy, he can fight, he brave. You know, he be out there doing shit. He done work with the common people, so he know how it is to be a regular ass person. And he does have a legitimate claim to the throne, just as much as Jon does. I mean, no, not just as much. Jon probably have a little bit more. It's more legitimate too, because him and his mom and daddy was married. But he still one of Robert Baratheon kids. Okay, so he have a general, and it would be a surprise if they did that, if they made him, or, you know, he came out of somewhere or whatever. So them, who else would be a good king or queen? Sansa. That's one person I didn't talk about. I'll talk about her in a second. Sansa is too, she has turned into Lord Baelish. She has turned into Cersei. Like, she's sneaky, she conniving. I don't fuck with Sansa no more. I don't like her that much, okay? And while we on Sansa, let's go ahead and talk about her. So Sansa is, she went from being a bitch, okay, a little bit. And when she got Joffrey, oh, you want to be the queen? Okay. Now you with him. Your daddy dead. She betrayed her family. I think in the books it's like literally worse. Okay, she definitely betrays her family. In the book, but this in the show they kind of trick her into it because she's so dumb and she's just thinking about castles and princes and princesses and all that bullshit. She's very mean to Jon. She apologizes for it later, but then she turn around and be doing the same shit. She's very. I just don't like the bitch, okay? Now, I felt bad for her when she got sent to Ramsay, when she was there, and, you know, what's it called? Or when she was in King's Landing, and, what's his name? Joffrey was taunting her about her dad all the time. Like, I felt bad for her because the dad was not a traitor, number one, and number two, this man is doing this to you all the time just to fuck with you, and he already got somebody, okay? He just messing with you now just because he wants to. He a bully. So, I felt bad for her then, and I also felt bad for her when she went with Lord Baelish. I felt like she should have went with the Hound. When shit was going down, she should have left with him. And he even said that if you would have left with me, all this shit would have never happened to you. So, I did feel bad for her when she decided to stay. I felt like she was making a dumb decision. And then Lord Baelish left and didn't take her. And he ended up coming back to get her. Or she ended up leaving. I can't remember what happened, child. But she, whatever way she left after Joffrey got killed or whatever. So, but I do like the fact that she grew up. I do like the fact that she stopped being so damn stupid and she actually learned from Sweet Tooth. You know what I'm saying? She learned a little bit from Sweet Tooth. And but I didn't like the fact that he kissed her, though. I thought that shit was gross. You gonna tell me you was the love of my mama and then you gonna kiss me on my mouth? No, God. I knew that shit was gonna happen. How you gonna kiss her in the middle of the castle? In the middle of the castle. In the courtyard. And you know your wife is crazy as hell. And wasn't his wife the one that was feeding the son, breastfeeding the son in the first episode or the first season? Oh, he was like 6? Oh, no. My God. And that little boy was special as hell, okay? That little funny looking ass little boy child. He had me laughing all the time. And when Sansa slapped the shit out of him, I laughed, honey. Baby, I laughed because that shit was funny to me. So, I do like the fact that she grew up. I don't like the fact that when Jon came back and they were at the Castle Rock. Is that Castle Rock? Yeah, they was at Castle Rock. That she had so much to say. Or Winterfell, my bad. When they was at Winterfell, she had so much shit to say. No, it was Castle Rock because she was still in the, yeah, it was Castle Rock. So when they was at Castle Rock, she had so much shit to say. When Jon was trying to talk, bitch, let him talk and then you talk. But don't over-talk him. When he's supposed to be the commander, bitch, and you over-talking him, if you have a concern, you say that shit in private, bitch. You don't blast this man in public. Girl, what's wrong with you? At the most, if I get pissed off with somebody to the point where I'm about to act up, I'll be like, listen, you need to chill out, okay? Because I'm trying to act like I got home training. You about to make me come outside of myself. Or we need to talk about this later. I had some concerns. Can we talk about this later? So I thought that was very ignorant. How she was undermining her brother. How she think her brother is a damn dummy. Bitch, like you ain't been a dummy for the past 5 seasons. Girl, you just got it together in season 6, bitch. Don't try it. I don't like how she try to play her brother all the time. I don't like that. And telling him what he need to do and all of that shit. Okay, I don't like all of that. Fuck her. I didn't like Sansa for that shit. I don't like how she went and told every damn thing. I don't like how mean she was to Daenerys. Don't get me wrong. Daenerys ain't my favorite character. But that she came there with nothing but grace. Nothing but sweetness. Okay, nothing but none of that. And Sansa just don't like the bitch, okay? She just don't like her, and she got a funky-ass attitude. She been having a funky-ass attitude, and this girl saved your life more than once, bitch. Don't let me get started on the battle with the dead people, bitch, and you was behind a rock under the ground the whole time while everybody else was out there fighting. Even Daenerys had to pick up a sword and fight. Even she was out there riding dragons and with swords and shit. And your ass was hid up in a rock in a hole somewhere and got the nerve to get sporty and get a fucking attitude with the girl after she done saved your life more than once. Because if it wasn't for them dragons, their ass would have lost. Period. It'd have been over with. Sansa can kiss my ass. Period. I don't like Sansa. I don't care if y'all get mad. I don't like that hoe. I felt like her character development could have been a little bit better because why is she such a bitch? Why is she such a bitch? I don't understand that. Speaking of a strong woman, okay, one of my very favorite characters in this whole show was Little Bear Mormon. Now, I read a little bit about her. I watched the video. So, apparently, she and Jorah are brother and sister, or they related some type of way. Now, you remember Jorah, I think they brother and sister, because Jorah he was a knight, if y'all remember that. He was a disgraced because he killed somebody. This shit he had to do. He was a traitor. And so he fled before they could kill him, before the Mad King could kill him. I think it was the Mad King, if I'm not mistaken. And so he dishonored his family, so he will not carry on the family name. So the father died. Jorah was exiled, and so now she, as a 10-year-old, is the lord of her house, or the lady of her house now. And so I read about they're from Bear Island, and apparently on some of the earlier seasons, the bear is like walking on their flag. But later seasons, like when Ramsay was shooting them arrows at Jon, when he was trying to tell him, listen, let's just fight each other, he kept holding up that thing, you know, that shield, and that was a bear on the shield, but the bear is standing like upright, like he about to attack. They changed that later on in the seasons, what the seal looked like for the family. And so they were saying that, you know, bear mothers, as we all know, they're very protective of their children. They will fuck you up if you come over there and try to mess with their kids, right? And so the women of Bear Island are a lot like that. They're ferocious, they're warriors, they're raised to be strong-ass women who fight and do everything else like everybody, like all the rest of the men or whatever. So this little girl, she wasn't new to this, baby. She was true to this, okay? Her family taught her how to be a strong little white woman, okay? I was like, girl, you better read these people and let them the hell know. I really liked her character. I liked the fact that she spoke her mind. I liked the fact she said what she said, okay? I liked the fact that when he tried to tell her to sit down, which was the smart thing to do. I mean, Jorah was telling her because, I mean, she is a little girl at the end of the day. And then if she died, their whole family dead. And she told him, I'm just as much as a northerner as you are. I'm the lady of my house. And, bitch, I'm going to get out there and fight. I don't give a damn what none of y'all say. I knew she was going to die because you could tell. She's so ferocious. She's so full of courage and bravery. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was gonna die because she was gonna do some shit she ain't had no business doing. I knew that. And she a little girl. So, you know, you feel sorry. You feel that pity. I'm not pity, but, you know, you feel sad because it's a little girl. And I felt, the way she went out was like a motherfucking gangster. Okay? When she got that giant in their eyes, like, bitch, if I'm gonna die, you gonna die too. The way she went out. But at the same time, y'all, I felt sad because their whole family is dead. Their whole house is gone. The house of Mormon is gone. There's nobody else. That made me sad as hell. That made me very sad to see. I mean, and proud at the same time that y'all was so, that's the type of people y'all are. Y'all just brave. Y'all warriors. You out here because Jorah was the motherfucking real one. Okay, I didn't talk about Jorah, but Jorah was a real one. You understand me? He came back to that hole 3 or 4 times after she told him don't come back. He got a whole layer of skin peeled off of him. That was a real one. You can't tell me Jorah wasn't a real one. He was that real nigga. His daddy was a real nigga too till they killed him. Okay? That was a shame how they killed that man. So, turn out the daughter is the same way, and it was sad to see that family go. It was very sad to see that family go. It was. That was sad. And another side character I forgot about. Ooh, y'all, this video is so long. Another side character is Sam. Now, Sam got on my nerves that last episode, child, because, bitch, you ain't do nothing but lay your ass on the ground and cry and watch your friend get killed for you to tell everybody you finna retire and go and stay with Gilly and the new baby. Child, anybody got so? Well, you could have stayed your ass at the Citadel for that job, Sam, and wrote them a letter. What you came down there for, Sam? His power is reading directions, okay? Following the instructions, doing what you're supposed to do, reading, figuring shit out, okay? Because Jon, he a little you know what I'm saying? He a little So, like, he's the brains of the operation. I like Sam's character, along with like Hot Pie and those other side characters that you saw sometimes and just follow along with their life. And you know, Sam, he had courage when it was time for him to have courage. He did what he needed to do. I felt bad for him when he found out that his daddy and his brother had been killed. You can see the difference in reaction from when they told him his daddy got killed. You can see the difference when they told him his brother, he was broke up when his brother got killed because apparently he loved his brother. So that was sad to me. Another reason I think that he don't fuck with Daenerys. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason, like, Daenerys making these decisions, you know, in the moment, and like it be cute at the moment, but then later on, you know, It ain't cute no more. So, you know, you got that whole situation. So yeah, Samwell was also one of my very favorite characters on the show. He is a really good character for this show. That was great. Who else? I just thought about somebody when I was talking about Samwell. There's so many characters on the show, y'all. I know I forgot somebody that I really probably liked, and I forgot all about them. I enjoyed Gilly. I thought that she was cute, you know, along the way for everybody. I mean, that was real cute. And homeboy who died, part of the clique, you know, homeboy in the clique with the bumper curl on the bottom, you know, he got killed. That was messed up. That was real messed up. I ain't want him to die because he was in the clique, and all of them almost dead now. Okay, it's only 2 left now, John and Sam. That's it. Okay, Bumper Curl is dead, girl. He dead. He out of there. He used the big barrel for that one too, like the iron. He used the Marcells to curl that bumper curl. Y'all know what I'm talking about. To do that bumper curl in the back because it was laid, honey, to the god. I know this video was long. It's an hour. Oh my god. I know this video was long, y'all. I hope I don't bore you to death. I might break it into 2 parts or something like that and shorten it up a little bit. But watch this while you're working out or, you know, you clean up the house or some shit. So this is just my new eyes opinion on the Game of Thrones. I have not been riding with y'all for 7 seasons. I only been riding with y'all for 2 weeks. I ain't gonna lie. So I feel pissed for you guys who have been watching this show for a really long time, because although I'm enjoying the season, I feel like they could have did a better job wrapping up some of these characters. Number one, Cersei should have been flayed and sprayed, bitch, okay, with fire for all the shit she done did. Her and Jaime went away too peacefully for me. I'm sorry. Euron's death was totally extra as fuck, and we didn't even need him, okay? Like, he could have just sailed his ass away, and we didn't even give a damn. Miss Andre, she ain't have to die, but for things to happen like it's happening now, I guess she did have to die. You know what I'm saying? They had to pick somebody that was her homegirl, her bestie. So I don't know who's gonna sit on the Game of Thrones. I mean, I don't know who's gonna sit on the Iron Throne at the end, or if anybody's gonna sit on the Iron Throne at the end. I mean, we got rid of Cersei, we got rid of Jaime. So we'll see if Jon or Daenerys takes the throne next week, or will it be somebody else out of left field? I know the showrunner said that it's going to be a surprise. You know, it's gonna be a twist or whatever. The books are not over yet, so we don't know who sits on the Iron Throne in the books either. So you can't even cheat. Okay, so it's still like 2 more books left to be released. So yeah, let me know what y'all think about this season of Game of Thrones and what you thought. Or have you started watching it now? Did you watch it the whole time? Like, what you think? Let me know. Tell me if I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm right. You know, I don't understand why y'all surprised about Daenerys. I don't understand why y'all ain't think she was gonna fuck shit up from the beginning. They've been hitting this from like season 1. Oh, one really funny thing that I noticed is that if you watch the season again, I'm this type of person, I'm nerdy. So like, if you notice, Stannis was he was big on grammar and like speaking correctly. When they were at the Night's Watch, when they were at Castle Rock, and they were talking about all the wildlings getting killed by the White Walkers, and they were like, yeah, there's less enemies for us. He said under his breath, fewer. And old boy was sitting next to him. He was like, what? And he was like, oh, nothing, fewer. He's, you know, like nothing, not less, fewer. And so fast forward to season 7 or 8, and you see Jon is 8, and you see Jon and Onion Man, same dude, walking down the stairs. And Jon said something about we'll have less soldiers to fight for us or something like that. And Onion Man says fewer. And Jon was like, what? And he was like, oh, nothing. That was like a throwback to Stannis. Like, I low-key liked Stannis' character. Like, to me, if he wasn't fucking with that magic and burning up people and shit, like, and he had his mind right and stopped trying to do stuff too early when you're not ready, I felt like he would have been a really good king, because he really knew how to fire a hoe up when it was time to kill people. He knew how to chill out when it was time to chill. He could take advice like he took Jon advice. He could see bravery. He was measured to a degree. Okay, like I said, sans the black magic, he was measured. But I can't get mad at the black magic that much, because it did help us later on. Okay, I don't know who the Lord of the Light is, but the Lord of the Light was working. Okay, so I can't get that mad at the black magic, but the magic, the fire ain't tell you kill your baby. It ain't tell you do that. So once he stepped into kill your baby land, I was like, oh, I can't fuck with Stannis no more. He gonna die, because this is some type of shit you don't do. And maybe when he killed that baby is when shit really started going bad. You know what I mean? Like, it's really over now. One of my favorite villains was Ramsay. Ramsay was a good villain. Ooh, I hated his ass. Okay, Euron was just crazy. Like, you could tell he was going to die because he was just crazy. But Ramsay, he was sick. He was sadistic. He was serial killer level. And I was like, he do not need to sit on the Iron Throne. Baby, if they let him sit on the Iron Throne, it's about to be the Mad King 2.0. Same thing with Euron 2.0. So, I think that's it, y'all. I done talked about this shit. I can talk about this shit all night. I'm into it. I see why people like the show so much. It has so many fan theories and watch so many videos. I done listen my whole life. Okay, I ain't watched no other show. Don't expect no review except for The Shy. I ain't watched no other show but that show. So I want y'all to have a blessed week. This Sunday is the last episode, the very last one. They're gonna have a spinoff, I think in 2020 or something like that, 2019. I'm not exactly sure. But should be interesting to see how all this ends. I never got too invested in anybody's character because I know this is the Game of Thrones and everybody can get it. After the first season, I watched the first season a couple years ago. And when they killed Ned Stark, my feelings was hurt. I was really hurt. I was sad. And after that, I have never gotten attached to any of the characters on this show. There are people that die, and I'm like, oh, that's sad, man. That's really messed up. I ain't want them to die. Man, that's fucked up how they did that. You know, when Little Bear died, I was sad. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like, oh. The only person I'd probably be really sad when they die is Tormund. And I don't know why. It's just because I love him so much, and he's such a ferocious warrior, and like, I know he gonna go down fighting. You know what I mean? I love him. I love his character. It'd be nice if he actually didn't go down fighting and he, you know, ended up doing something else, but that probably ain't gonna happen. Tell me what y'all think. What are y'all theories for this last episode? All right, I'm gonna stop talking. I will holler at y'all next time. Peace.